Hi, it's Pat and Brett from Unsigned Pop Punk, and today we're going to be reading your responses to our questions across the social media verse. Today, we asked you if you could erase one band from history, who would it be and why? This one is going to get dark and maybe a little heated. Well, some
Maybe.
people got heated. Some
Right.
people across social media verse definitely had opinions. Let's find out what some of those opinions are right now.
This first one comes from the Discord. This is from Nobi. Am I saying that? I hope I'm saying that right. Um, Nobi says the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Flea and Chad Smith are talented enough they could have a different project. But if I never had to hear Anthony Kiedis' lyrics again, I would die happy.
So is it the lyrics or is it his singing? Like what's it like if somebody else was writing the lyrics, could you listen to Anthony Kiedis singing? I
I'm I feel like they're implying just the overall vocals in the band,
sure. Okay.
right? Because I think that you can write anything, but how it's sung is oftentimes going to hit a little differently depending on who is singing it.
I feel
And
like
I
I
get
feel
it.
like I feel like without knowing any lyrics, right? I feel like I could sing a Red Hot Chili Pepper song right now. You ready? And
Yep.
I'm gonna sing like a version of this. Lo papito, sopana menino, shipate, gopadobadito. That's one of their
Yep.
songs. And
Yep.
those are the
That is.
lyrics. Those are
Yep.
the actual
Those are
lyrics.
the lyrics. I the one thing I would love to add to this is I'm with you. I am not. I enjoy the Red Hot Chili Peppers. Okay, but very sparingly. Right. There
Same.
are some songs I absolutely love,
Hmm.
and there are some songs if they come on the radio or come on like my Spotify, they get skipped instantly, and it is 100% because I cannot stand Anthony Kiedis' vocals on that song.
Sure.
Now, um, as a drummer myself, I love Chad Smith,
Oh, so
uh,
good.
and as someone who also plays bass and guitar, I love Flea and John Frusciante. I think those three are incredibly talented. I don't think they get the love they deserve, even though like everyone knows that they're all fantastic.
Hmm.
Um,
And such a creative guitar player too.
yes, and a fantastic backing vocalist. My
Yeah.
all-time favorite Red Hot Chili Peppers song, and probably one of my favorite songs of all time, actually, is "Other Side." And it's not because of Anthony Kiedis; it's because John does so much amazing backing vocal work and harmonies, and the way that he himself builds that song up is phenomenal. Without him, I that song would not be the same. So
Hmm.
I am one. Like it may seem like a hot take to some, but like I'm on the side of this one because like yeah, like Anthony Kiedis, very hit or miss, um, and I could see also why people don't like his style of vocals. You
Hmm.
know, I get it. I get it.
Totally. This next one comes from Reddit and user Simpering Halo 81. So this one was also the most commented band on our list across social media. The band is Lost Prophets, and then it says for obvious reasons. Um, Lost Prophets vocalist also is, going to be a classified Rockuments cover at some point here, um, once that episode comes out. But um, there was one person that, they on Reddit especially, like things got very heated across Reddit because Reddit is Reddit and it's what they do. But under this one, it was like Lost Profits and it was like, yes, yeah, fuck that. Like, and then you had this, there was one dude that's like, what, why can't you just separate the one person? It's like, dude, what are you doing, buddy? What are you doing?
Right.
What, what are you doing? I mean, okay, yeah, I get the rest of the band. They didn't do all those monstrous things, and yes, they didn't, but I'm pretty sure even the rest of the Lost Prophets band wished that Lost Prophets just never happened.
I, yeah, they, and for reference, they started another band with Jeff Rickley from Thursday, probably like maybe like a decade or so ago.
Okay.
Their drummer is the drummer for Nine Inch Nails now.
Hmm.
Was also drumming for Angels and Airways. They all very clearly moved on from that project. And if I'm pretty sure if you go on Spotify, even their music's not on Spotify. You can't find Lost Prophets on Spotify anymore.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. But yeah, this is one I can relate to because like going back to middle school, like the very first Lost Prophets record, I was very into them. I was really into like the first probably 3 Lost Prophets records. They were fantastic records. I cannot tell you the last time that I have personally gone and sought out to listen to Lost Prophets like on my own since all this. Like I and it's what, and it sucks, but it just it tainted the music so badly for me that I just
dude's one of the biggest monsters in
yes,
I mean, especially music history for sure.
Well, yeah, like I mean, I think I'm with everyone too that like when everything came out about him, like I was shocked because like what he did is sad to say. It's something that like you don't. It's not unheard of to hear of these things happening in the world. To hear of it happening from someone like that with such a high profile, and just how incredibly heinous it was. I mean, holy crap, man! Like it was
bad. And if you don't know, we're not going to tell you on here.
Yeah,
no,
Google exists.
You can Google it, or you can wait for classified documents to come out.
Right.
That is the place for that.
Well, this is going to be one that I'm going to have a take on as well too. This one comes from Reddit from Finn the at first.
I think it's Finn the artist. No, it must be Finn the at first. You're right.
I was going to say I was copied directly from. But they say, I'm going to catch hate, but say anything. The lyrics and energy of the singer creep me the fuck out. I get it. But
Say Anything's good, man.
I love Say Anything.
I like
Is a Real Boy is an unmatched classic record that no one could ever top. But I get it. The lyrics, man.
Dude's a wild card. Dude is a wild card.
Max Bemis is 100% a wild card. I mean,
I like the comic books he wrote too.
Yes, he did some great stuff with comic books. He did some stuff with Marvel for a while too. That was really cool. Max Bemis is incredibly creative, and he has no filter.
Very eccentric.
And that is very eccentric. So that being said, man, I get it. But I think when I was like first getting into them way back when, I feel like that was one of the things that like drew me to it because it was so unhinged. And for those of you that don't know, and I'm assuming Pat, you probably know this too, but I mean, back then, like when they were doing their first record, Israel Boy, I mean, Max Bemis was, diagnosed, bipolar disorder, and that contributed a lot to the lyrics of the record. And you could hear it. You could very much hear the back and forth. But at the same time too, I can understand how someone listening to this, to especially those early records, would listen to it and be like, yikes.
Super unhinged. And I like it though. I am here for it as well. But I get it. This next one comes also from Reddit from Rip Bright 1. This one I feel like is gonna like maybe hurt Gibby's heart a little bit.
I was just thinking that.
Like hurt Gibby's heart. Broken Side. I don't have a take on this because I've never listened to Broken Side. So I'm not missing anything one way or the other.
I vaguely remember Broken Side from back in the day. And all of those memories of them are me having a very similar sentiment of why does this exist?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have a hard take on it,
Yeah.
but like it makes sense. It makes sense.
Before jumping too much further ahead, one of the band or one of the artists that are not on this list that I cannot believe isn't on this list, Blood on the Dance Floor.
Yeah. Yeah.
Blood on the Dance Floor. Can't believe that they are not on this list.
I feel like people just completely forgot all about them and how well all the shit that surrounded them too, you know.
Yeah.
Um
All the naughties, the very naughties.
yes. I feel like a similar sentiment is lost, not as close as Lost Prophets, but similar sentiment.
Similar, little higher age gap, but not a lot.
Yeah. Yep.
Maybe about 10 years
Yeah.
at least.
I feel here's the thing, right? Blood on the Dance Floor kind of erased themselves from musical history, so
Yeah.
I think we're good on that one. I don't think we need to worry about a Blood on the Dance Floor reunion anytime soon.
Right.
I hope.
I hope.
Jesus. This next one comes from Reddit.
It looks like all these are going to be from Reddit. Reddit
Yeah,
had some
we
real
got-
hot takes.
Oh yeah, yeah. This one, this one I'm not surprised at all because again, probably one of the most controversial public figures within like the scene these days. Falling in Reverse, and then right after that, I Hate Ronnie. Pat, you go first.
I mean, I've never liked Falling in Reverse. And Ronnie Radke is not my favorite human being on the planet. But I would like to preface, right? I've never met Ronnie Radke. I don't know him personally. So it is all based off of the same as probably 95% of all of you guys that also hate him. You only know what you see. You only know what's fed to you through the internet and social media. So, I mean, I don't love him by any means. Like, I couldn't say I like him. I think his songs are terrible. I think his vocals aren't great. They're not even that bad, honestly. I just don't like it. I don't like his songwriting. I don't like his music very much. But I also don't like he's done some bad things, and I don't like that. Those are things I don't like. So I can say I don't like him for more than like him as a person. I could say I don't like him due to the things that he has publicly done.
Right. And I think that's where a lot of it comes from. I think there's two sides to it. There's the side of people not liking him because of his past and things he had done. And then I think there's also the people that don't like him because of just the kind of, not even kind of, the arrogant, cocky attitude that he has.
Right.
For me, I'm very much back and forth with Ronnie. I'm by no means a diehard Falling in Reverse enjoyer. I think they have some okay songs.
The one with Tech Nine, that was pretty good. That was pretty cool.
Oh yeah, that was well, and actually, I think Alex
Tech Nine
Terrible's on that song. Yeah, exactly. Tech Nine carried that song.
Yeah.
My take on Ronnie is, I also don't like Ronnie for the same reasons, but I also like him because of his attitude. There's a part of it that I like it's an act. It's like he's just riding that train home. It may not be the last train home, but I had to go there. But I understand it, and I find him to be an entertaining individual. That's my take. I think he's a great entertainer. But I don't really enjoy a lot of the music that he does. I never liked Escape the Fate back in the day. I didn't like his record with them very much. But I get a kick out of that guy. All right. Like some of the stuff is entertaining to watch. And I think that a lot of people can agree. I mean, he gets attention for being very over the top and being very arrogant. And he continues to do that.
Yeah.
So there's obviously people out there that, find that entertaining. And I feel like, yeah, it's a bit of an act. Not a diehard Ronnie fan. I get it.
This next one comes from Reddit. This one is hilarious because I watched the chaos ensue over on our Reddit for this one. All right. And I feel you guys listening at home are also going to be like, mm hmm, I see. Neck Deep is so fucking overrated. Fight me. Neck Deep. Don't give a shit about Neck Deep. I listened to one song and almost vomited. I'd listened to 1,000 other songs before this whining band. Now, look, part of that, I'd listened to 1,000 songs before this band. Sure, I could probably listen to 1,000 songs before I'd listen to some of their songs too. Like Neck Deep isn't my favorite band in the entire world, but this is the most fucking dramatic thing I have come across in so long. It is. No, when I read this, I laughed. I was like, dude, I feel that rage with some stuff sometimes, with that some music where I'm like, fuck you. I hate this. You're the worst person in the world. I hate it. But like it's just like one song and almost vomited. Calm down, okay? Calm down. I get not liking them totally, but they're not lost profits. Calm
Right.
down.
Just like any other band on the planet, not for everyone.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
I enjoy Neck Deep. I could see why some people would enjoy some of their stuff more than others, but
Mhm.
to me, like when I hear Neck Deep, it doesn't generate an emotional response. It's just like, yeah, they're neck deep. They make pop punk music, and maybe you like it, maybe you don't.
Mhm.
You know, and I don't know if maybe the guy just doesn't like the vocals or what it is.
I think
It's
it's 100% got to be the vocalist, and I can
right.
once again I can get behind not liking it. It's not
Yeah.
for everyone. It's
Yeah.
very like one dimensional. You know,
Yep.
dude's got one range, and that's
Yep.
fine. But some of their songs are so good. I think
Oh yeah.
like their last album was like one of my favorite albums of last year. I thought it was really really good. But not everything is like fucking gold. Some of it's garbage, and that's fine. But
Right.
fight me.
I I mean I gotta applaud though. I mean like I feel like it takes some cojones to say something like that too. Like,
This
you
was
know,
also in the pop punkers subreddit.
right,
So you
right.
got some fucking balls, some cojones.
I mean they're arguably one of the biggest pop punk bands around right now that isn't like one of the main like they're
Yeah.
not like that's
Well,
not Blink or Green Day, you know.
right.
But you know, I mean, hey, you know what? I get it.
Yep.
It's not for everyone.
Right.
They're just neck deep, man. Like they're not hurting anyone. This next one also from Reddit comes from Derp Derp Derp, and this one says, "Newfound Glory, fuck them hoes."
I now for you guys that have been with us for a long time. You know, Newfound Glory is one of my favorite bands in the world. I love them so much. I was so okay with this comment because of the fact that it said "fuck them
Fuck
hoes"
them
after.
hoes.
I thought it was so funny. I'm like, yeah,
Me
let's
too.
go.
Yeah.
Like, same thing. It Pop
Yeah.
Punkers subreddit. Like, you're going out on a limb.
Right. Right. This, you know, again, I can understand people might think that like Jordan's vocals are annoying or like
Yeah.
whiny or nasally, right?
Mhm.
Fine, I get that. Of all the bands, like they're not that bad.
No.
Well, I love Newfound Glory too. I mean, I grew up on Newfound Glory, probably the same as you did, and like I love Newfound Glory. Again, I never have like an emotional response thinking about Newfound Glory because when I think about Newfound Glory, I just think like they've always just been a very like straight and narrow band, like
They're newfound.
no like yeah no major like side drama controversy, you know.
Mhm.
They're just
Mhm.
Newfound Glory. They're here to make pop punk songs, and like they're still making pop punk songs, you know.
Mhm.
Never generates an emotional response in me. So I kind of this, yeah, kind of like you were saying, fuck them hoes.
All right, and this is our last one, which doesn't come from Reddit, and I love this one because it is the most respectful one of all of them. All right, this comes from Exhausted Goblin off of TikTok, and it says Maroon 5. Just not a fan. Nothing personal. Just don't like their music.
Just so polite about it,
So
right?
fucking polite. But it's like,
Like,
once again, it's like, though, how polite it is, Brett. You know,
right,
it was so polite, but you're ready to get rid of this band from existence because you just don't like their music. Like, there's no one else that like comes on the radio or something and you're like fucking want to rage pull into a tree or something, because
right.
like maybe Exhausted Goblin's just such a chill person that they're like, just the
Eh,
slight bit of discomfort is really what sets them, that's their
right.
limit.
That's their limit. Yeah. I just, yeah, I love the presentation of it, and like I get it. I personally,
Yeah, they're fine.
yeah, they're whatever. I mean, like, do I like Maroon 5? No. Would I miss them if they were gone? No.
No, because I don't
Like,
I don't I don't listen to them, so I wouldn't
yeah,
know. Yeah.
exactly. It's not my thing. Like, I feel like, I mean, same could be said about a lot of things, but you know, I want to. One thing I want to pull from this too is something that I always try to like keep in mind when I'm listening to music. Like, instead of saying, "Oh, this sucks," you know, I try to have the mentality of, okay, like maybe it is good for what it is. I just don't like it. You
Right.
know, I feel like there's not enough of that in the world. Like, you can be very good at something, you can be really good at something, and someone might not like that you're doing it, right? And like
Hmm.
to be able to respect that, you know,
Hmm.
find that middle ground.
I think that sums up every answer on this list except for Lost Profits, because fuck Lost Profits.
Right. Fuck
But
those profits.
everything is subjective here.
Right.
Even everyone's hate for Ronnie Radke. It's
Yep.
subjective. Is he a
Exhibit
bad
A.
singer? He's not a bad singer in any capacity. Dude can sing. I just don't love him. Lost Profits though, fuck Lost Profits.
Right. Fuck lost profits.
And on that note, thanks so much for hanging out with us today. That was all of them. uh, there will be more of these videos coming, so stay tuned. Make sure to follow us on any or all of our social medias, whichever one floats your boat the most, whatever one you use. We'll be asking you questions, so stay tuned.